drunk trapping. I know it's been a while since you've seen us in this format, you know what I'm saying, in this style. But hey, you gotta try new things. You gotta explore. You gotta keep going. You gotta get better. You understand? But how you feeling, Mr. HTM Sports?
I'm feeling less nefarious every time I hear you talk.
Wow.
You know, that's the thing for me. Like you just said, we drunk trapping on a Sunday. So I'm like, dang, Landlord really is the nefarious one, man. But shout out to everybody out there in Dallas Cowboy Nation, man.
Yes, sir. Hey, it's only him can get away with insulting me on my own show, but you know, it's all good.
I mean, it's not an insult. It is not an insult at all, sir. We just know what we in for. We the landlord, the nefarious one.
Absolutely, man. You already know it got to be a decent standard of nefariousness when you come over here. You understand? We already know that. But please hit the like and share button for the squad. It would not charge a card. Hey, man, run these likes up, run these shares up. We trying to beat up the algorithm, man. Y'all know how it go. The algorithm be trying to take us off our rhythm, you know? So we need y'all help. We need y'all help. But you already know, man. Hey, what them haters say, man? You know we trying to get them haters up out of our way, man. Hey, make them do exactly what they was born to do. Put on God's green earth to do. And you already knew that's hate, man. Let's get this trap jump around the corner. Hit the like and share for the squad. It will not charge a card. Let's go. Yeah. Shout out to all of my folks. Let's get it.
I can't see a thing. All this money in my face. Hey. I just blew a bag, ran it back the same day.
Hey.
Ain't no looking back.
Yeah.
Came a long way. Hey. I know that they mad, but just let them hate. Hey. That what make them hate. That what make them hate. Hey. And we just getting K and they just in the way. Hey. That what make them hate. That what make them hate. Hey. Cause we just getting K and they just in the way. Hey. Landlord is showing how to ball, boy.
Let's do it.
You ain't even on the team, you just a ball, boy. Real high. Used to rock knockout, but it's real now. Real fly. I probably average your career high. Still one day hating on it, probably wanna kill. When they got our own band, we hollin' a deal. Long little CEO, CIP the dollar.
Let's get it.
Took my brother, that made me go harder. That turned me to a monster. Now I'm focused on the comma. I'ma run up them comma for the summer, run up them numbers. I know that they hate the way you ball, man. Rockin' all this ball, man. Street made on the chain. I can't see a thing. All this money in my face. I just blew a bag, ran it back the same day. Ain't no looking back. We came a long way. Hey, I know that they mad, but just let them hate. That what make them hate. That what make them hate. Hey, and we just getting K and they just in the way. Hey, that what make them hate. That what make them hate. Hey, cause we just getting K and they just in the way. Hey.
Now you might think you at school or maybe even at home or watching us through a phone, but I promise you, we drunk trapping on a Sunday, baby. Let's get it. Trap. Make no mistake about it, man. How you doing, Mr. HTM?
I mean, like I said, man, now that I heard you say that we drunk trapping on a Sunday, I feel more saved now that I heard you say that. Like, and y'all talking about me cussing folks out. Landlord could have got us. Landlord got us version going ahead.
Don't come over here snitching now. We no snitching in the trap now.
You snitching on yourself. You the one told the folks you were doing that on the Lord's Day.
No snitching in the trap. We do not behave that way, Mr. HTM. See, you see how you come over here with all this foolishness, man. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I don't know what you're talking about, man.
But hey, man, you already know we got a few topics to discuss, man. Some of these most interesting camp battles we got going on. Hey, and we know camp is what, like a couple of months away now. But hey,
a couple of months.
August, right? Hold on.
Are you sure? Hold on.
What today is? June, July.
I think it started in July.
Late July. So it's basically August.
Man, that's not how the calendar works, my brother.
What is it then?
It's next month.
What? Is it the beginning of the month or the end of the month?
It might be in the middle while you up talking. We don't know.
See that?
We
See that?
we up here guesstimating, man.
More than likely, it usually falls on the end of July. So you might as well say it's another month. In my opinion, you know, that's how my mind works. I can't speak for nobody else. You know what I'm saying? But we got a little time before camp. That what the point was. Okay. So now, what is some of the more interesting battles that you got in your head? You know what I'm saying? Some of the stuff that you keeping your eye on, Mr. HTM. Whoa.
The wide receiver battle is really the one with the most substance, because you really don't know who is going to get the wide receiver 3 position, right? You don't know if Jalen Tolbert is going to break through and be the official number 3 target. You don't know if Cavante Turpin is going to be more heavily involved in the offense. You don't really know how open the competition is either, because what if Jalen Brooks and Flournoy gets fair shakes in it and they excel, right? So the back end of that wide receiving room is like, you got some guys that can make some plays, and it's very crowded. You know, there's only so many spots you can get. So when you think about it like that, man, wide receiver number 3 is a huge battle.
Boy, Jalen Tolbert got his hands full, right? Because I've been hearing attacks from everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So he gonna have to take it. He gonna have to step up and take over. Like the first day of camp, I want to see him just going crazy. I want to see him going off, because I feel like he'll get the first dibs. You know what I'm saying? I think it's fair to say he'll get the first dibs, because it's in their best interest for him to win wide receiver 3. But hey, you know what they say is no guarantees. He gonna have to really separate himself in camp. And I really feel like he will, man. Some of this stuff, you know, I ain't taking that away from people, man, but, you know, we hear all kind of crazy stuff in camp. So we hearing everybody, all the receivers are great right now, and because CeeDee Lamb is out of here, but every receiver on the roster is just wonderful right now. So you got to take all of this stuff with a grain of salt, in my opinion. Like, I can't speak for the other people, but in my opinion, I think we need to, like, temper our expectations a little bit. What you think?
Temper, like, elaborate when you say temper our expectations.
For some of these players, because you know how they're, like, what y'all call it, baby nut hugger time of the year. So they just saying everybody is looking wonderful. Everybody is great. Everybody is bigger than they thought, faster than they thought, quicker than they thought. And you know what I'm saying? All around better than they thought they were. Because you heard a lot of reports of Flournoy. They say he's big, he's fast, you know what I'm saying? And not to say that none of this stuff isn't true, but to hear these things so early, I think we just don't want to just go head over heels for them just yet. You know what I'm saying? At least see it in a practice, an organized practice form, or a preseason or something before we just go ballistic. That's what I mean.
I'm going to say this. You should always temper your expectations for any young player, even if they first-round picks. You know what I'm saying? Because first and foremost, it's not fair to them to have the weight of the world on their shoulders. They just now getting acclimated to the NFL, just now trying to fully understand what it is to be a professional and everything else. So let's start with that. Number 2, you are right. And I want people to remember what time of year we're in. Like, there are people whose job is to report the news, and there's no news. So, you know, everything is going to get overly saturated with hyperbole and overly saturated with cash apps. Like Michael Nelson just hit me with this 20-piece right here. Salute to you, my brother. And hey, if y'all want to be like Michael Nelson and improve your odds of winning a Dallas Cowboy jersey, all you got to do is hit the cash app or the super chat. It's $5 a pop.
Salute to Michael Nelson on my end too, man. Y'all helping the nation. Hey, and like we said, man, y'all know we just did a throwback video of the Jalen Tolbert interview. It was interesting. Like, I ended up watching all of it. You know what I'm saying? I was engaged, and they had me late for this show, to be honest with you. But I was watching all of it. But it was interesting, man. But I thought about it. I'm like, yeah, we don't really have enough right now. We need to make sure we push for some more of these interviews. We did a lot of work last year, but we got to crank it up this year just as well, man. So if y'all want to see more of those player exclusives like that, it takes money, y'all. It costs money. It costs money to go for the groundwork. We might have to go fly out to see people and talk to people, win folks over, you know what I'm saying? It might not necessarily just be, hey, pay me for the interview. Sometimes you just gotta build relationships and move around like that, man. So it's a lot of stuff that go on in the background that people don't know about, man. So, hey, if y'all want this type of, content, if y'all want that level, man, make sure y'all keep supporting. We independent, doing everything out of pocket. So, hey, man, we just trying to give y'all the best quality that, that we can. So make sure y'all support the independent content creators. But
indeed, man.
Yeah.
But nah, you said it right though, man. Like, and I went back and I looked at the Jalen Tolbert interview too while we were playing it. Matter of fact, y'all go on the pages and check it out if you haven't already. But it tripped me out, man. I was sitting there listening to him talk about the changes in the offense. Not having to think so much. I want people to remember what we were transitioning from. We went from the Kellen Moore digit-based system that had principles in the Air Coryell that was very option route heavy, and then we moved to a pure progression offense in the West Coast system where they champion the 2.3 if the ball ain't out Dak Prescott hand and when he goes into playmaker mode, and that really allowed a lot of these guys to play freer. And when you think about Jalen Tolbert, most of the big plays that he made this year were off of broken plays.
Facts.
Like the scramble drill, Dak Prescott caught him for like a 30-40 yard play in the Eagles game. He made something work in a similar fashion. I forget the other game. It might have been against the Seattle Seahawks. Like Washington, like a lot of his bigger plays this year all came off of plays that were not his initial route. Like him and Dak Prescott got on the same page and made something happen.
Facts.
So, like just looking back at that, giving him more opportunities to do that was going to pay dividends for this team. And listen, there's 424 snaps that Michael Gallup has left on the table because he's not here. Yeah, Dolphins game, he made like a 50-yard play too.
Yeah, and that was over Xavier Howard. So that was a great observation you made, man, because literally almost every single scramble drill, Dak made one. I can't remember the games, but I remember the plays right now. But I remember Dak scrambled to the right and found Tolbert on the boundary, tiptoeing on the sideline on one game. Most of his stuff is improv type stuff. And that right there is a good deal to me. That means that the chemistry is up with those two. That means that backyard workouts they've been having, that stuff matters. It helps out. And it shows up on Sundays during the game, man. And just like that touchdown he had in the Washington. Look, somebody was right on the same page with me. Brian Bradford, shout out to you, because I was just coming to mind. If you think about it, Dak was scrambling, man. He was doing all other kind of stuff. And then the defender was draped all over Tolbert, but Dak just threw it up in a spot, and the defender wasn't looking. And, hey, Tolbert went and got it, touchdown. So, hey, you can only do stuff like that with people that you got chemistry with. Now, like he said, Dak said this in his interview. He said, hey, talent is, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got talent, basically. He let you know that talent is not the only attribute that you need to be successful. You need other stuff too. So a lot of these receivers might be talented, but, are they going to put in the extra time, extra work? Are they going to be deep, buried in the film sessions? Are they going to do stuff like that so they could be better? And we seen Jalen Tolbert had to take a step. He said it in the interview. He said, hey, man, I had to take a step to even know how to be a pro. He said nobody gave him advice or nothing. He had nobody to refer to. So it was a big struggle for him even transitioning into the league. So a lot of people don't really take all that stuff into consideration on top of coming into a complex scheme where Kellen Moore just force-fed all this information to him at one time. So I feel like, man, you got to make sure you give some of these young players a little grace when they coming in, because it might not just work out to be wonderful day one like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and hey, I'm glad you mentioned that, because he would talk about not having, because and elaborate on that. He played at a very small school, so there wasn't many NFL vets that he could call up. There's not really a big pipeline from South Alabama to the NFL like that. If you played at Alabama, you're a cornerback, you can call a Trayvon Diggs, or you can call a Pat Surtain Jr., or you can call somebody like that. If you played at LSU, you can call a Joe Burrow or Justin Field and get some of that game from somebody that's been in the program. Who was he supposed to contact? No, playing at South Alabama. So like that is one thing to keep in mind when you're talking about transitioning. Because remember, even our boy Israel Mukuamu, he already had a prior relationship with Stephon Gilmore because of their ties to South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? So like some of these vets reached back and helped the younger guys coming up. And Jalen Tolbert didn't have that in his progression to the NFL.
Facts. And if, like you said, it would have been a smoother transition if he had. And just like Izzy stepped in and had a decent impact, you know what I'm saying? Because he been around the environment. He been around it. And that almost go back to the bloodline players, man. Like, if you've been around football your whole life, bro, it's just certain things you just gonna almost be more mature than everybody else. Like, you just walk in the locker room, you know what to do with your stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know how to spat yourself. Like, you gonna be already ahead of the curve on most stuff just because you already was in that lifestyle, man. So, yeah, I feel what you're saying. Like, that was a big time advantage for Israel Mukuamu, man, when you think about it. And he learned from a good one, too. He learned from a good one.
One of the best.
Yeah.
Shout out DC for Life, Texas in the building. Miss Regina Green, Etta Lockhart, Desmond Ironman, NFZ, JBT2, Justin Kitchen. Salute to everybody in the liquor store, man. Make sure when y'all slide in, y'all hit that like button. Y'all hit that share button to help us manifest that 6th championship. And y'all slap the shit out of the Eagles fan, man. So I can give y'all a discount over here, man.
Hey, man, that's the gospel right there. We need that for that. Hey, that's the gospel right there, man. You know, all
hey, get that one more again. It is a Sunday.
You know what I'm saying? This is a Sunday, man. You know what I'm saying? All disrespect to the Eagles is welcome here. It's welcome here on a Sunday, you know. It's welcome. You know what I'm saying? It's welcomed on a Sunday, people. Hey, shout out to all the people rocking, man. I don't know if it's some of our new people in here, but you already know this is how we rock out most of the time, man. You know, we've been experimentation. The channel is growing rapidly, man, so y'all make sure y'all keep supporting on both sides. HTM channel growing rapid, mine growing rapid. We just trying to run it up, get better and better, and grow this thing on out, man. So make sure y'all support Landlord and HTM Sports, man. Let's get it. I see Tricks in the building. What's happening?
DC for Life, Texas. Brian Bradford. Salute to all y'all.
Salute. He said that church music in the liquor store. Hey, man. Hey, he said we all going to hell. Hey, man. Hey, don't say that. You know what I'm saying? The Lord, what we always say, the Lord know my heart, man. He know my heart.
Man, yeah.
The Lord know my heart, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what DP saying. Hopefully B Cooks can be to JT what Coop was to CD. Flournoy got a hell of a mentor too, Chris Carter. For real? I didn't know he was working with CC.
Yeah, like Chris Carter been his mentor for a while at this point.
That's something interesting to think about, keep an eye on. You know, CC was one of those ones. So, you know, the one thing about CC, you know, he had a lot of techniques. He wasn't just the fastest guy. He was technically sound. You know what I'm saying? He ran crisp routes, and that boy had some hands on him. You know what I'm saying? Chris Carter didn't drop nothing. Like, he was catching everything. So, hey, you know he one of my favorites. Like, I like people that can catch. Like, give me a person that can catch the ball over anything. For real. Because, hey, that's one of your biggest talents that'll differentiate you from a DB. What you said?
I mean, really, that's your most important thing as a wide receiver. It doesn't matter how big or strong or fast you are if you can't catch the damn ball when it hits your hands.
Facts. I see Burleson. Burleson asked the question: is Tolbert a X receiver? I think he can do both. Honestly, I see some people say that they don't think Tolbert is a X, and I disagree. I've seen him play on the outside and do very well. He just ain't had many opportunities. I see him go battle. He can be physical. He block better. He might be the best blocking receiver that we got on the team. So go back and look at that. Now, I don't know if that's saying a whole lot. He might be the, you know what I'm saying, in the land of the blind, he might have, you know, half an eye or something. But I'm saying I've seen him actually be productive in blocking for the Cowboys. Like some of these receivers, I ain't gonna say no names, but you know, they ain't, you know, that ain't our specialty. But hey, if you on the field, hey, a receiver block helps you get the long runs. You know what I'm saying? So that could have been one of our issues too, man. Like we need the receivers to block to get the long runs.
Yeah, and speaking of which, were people saying why people act like he isn't already an outside receiver? 63% of his snaps came right there on the outside.
But I mean that is just a narrative I heard from some people going around that they feel like Floyd Noy or who the other guy, Jalen Brooks is more of an X receiver than Jalen Tolbert. And I really disagree with that. I feel like I like Jalen Tolbert's size better than what I see from Jalen Brooks. Now, Jalen Brooks is probably a little more explosive, a little more crafty, I feel like. But I like Jalen Tolbert on the outside as well. I feel like he's more aggressive. And just like you said, high point the football, I see Jalen Tolbert doing that on a pro level already. So I can't speak to the projections and stuff for Jalen Brooks. Now, that's no disrespect, but like I said, you just got to see it. You just got to see it. I can't live off projections. You at some point, I must have something tangible. Now, we seen him. I got his plays that he ended up doing last year. I got that pulled up in my notes and stuff. I'm gonna pull it out and talk about it one of these days. But he got some a few plays. He had like 3-4 plays that he made. What his numbers look like here when you get a chance? But
Jalen Tolbert,
Jalen Brooks. He had a few
Jalen
plays
Brooks,
they put him in.
6 catches, 64 yards.
Yeah, they put him in randomly, and you know the Cowboys. When that happens, you gotta pay attention because that's the same Dennis Houston vibes. That's why I said, is he this year's Dennis Houston? Because Dennis Houston jumped out 5 wide receivers and just ended up getting some starter reps, and then next thing you know, we released him. So that was the weirdest. That was the weirdest stint I ever seen for a wide receiver for us. Like that was even weirder than James Washington. Like that was just weird, bro. Like how you go from what?
First week starter
starting over Noah Brown.
Yeah, he was a first week starter in 2022.
That shows you like, hey, Jalen Brooks could be this year's Dennis Houston. Not on the negative end, just to the point where he impact everybody so much that he demands some more snaps.
Mm-hmm.
But like I ain't gonna lie, I like Jalen Tolbert. You know that's our guy. But my favorite guy to get wide receiver 3 is really Turpin. Honestly, I swear to y'all, like I would be a happy man if I found out Turpin was wide receiver 3. And but I think that'll unfortunately mean that Brandon Cooks would be in the slot. Well, no, on the outside still.
Why, landlord?
That's the
why are you trying? Why you do this every time I get on here with you? It seems like I only like who else is gonna play outside?
We just talked about Tolbert being an outside receiver, Jalen Brooks being an outside receiver.
Okay, you ain't got no slot receivers, so stop trying to make one. Stop trying to make
one. Definitely a slot.
Man, Turpin run a 4-3. He don't need to be no slot.
He can do what he want. But they badly giving him anything.
Yeah, so like, listen, I wouldn't mind having a snap here and there where he plays the slot.
Hold on, wait a minute. Take that back. We do have a slot receiver.
CeeDee Lamb.
Deuce Vaughn.
Trap.
If you don't get the...
Hey, I'm just telling you what the Cowboys said. Did I tell a fib? We can't do that on a Sunday, man. I just told the truth. That's all I did. I just told you what the Cowboys said, not me. I didn't say this.
No, what you did was you repeated a lie. And you know it's a lie. So I didn't even need you to repeat that shit. They told you that Tony Pollard was going to play some slot receiver too. And we ain't never seen this man play no slot receiver. And Ever.
But this a different coach though. This a different offensive coordinator.
No,
though,
it ain't.
Yes, it is.
This is Mike McCarthy.
But nah, it was Kellen Moore show then though. We know that it was Kellen Moore show back then.
He had supposed to have been a slot receiver last year too, landlord.
Don't do that. Don't do Mike like that, man.
Man, Mike don't even do me like that.
Mike lying us and shit, just like he started out. Hey, he built the foundation on a house of cards to begin with.
Trap.
Hey, that's City Slick and Mike, man. You know what I'm saying? From up there in Pittsburgh, City Slick and Mike. Hey, he finessed to get the job. I respect that though. You know what I'm saying?
I do
some
too.
of y'all got them jobs on the low end, you know. You knew you weren't qualified, you know what I'm saying?
Lied on your resume.
You lied on your resume, said you supposed to be there. And then, you know what I'm saying? Everything worked out though. So it ain't no hate. Yeah, he a mini slot receiver. But hey, Joe, let me know if Landlord lied because I feel like I told the truth. I said no lies.
Action figure.
Hey man, can you do the 42 toss? Like maybe CD ain't strong. CD might be strong enough to do a 42 toss from the slot. What you think about that?
That's too much. You gonna make that man pull a back muscle. Cause he's short, but he heavy. That's like
a little stocky little dude.
Yeah, he like a bully. Little bully dog. It's just short and it's swole, big ass head. Like he compact. So he might throw a disc and be out for the season trying to toss Deuce Vaughn's solid ass. So let's not do that.
That's a perfect name. 42 slot.
I am so done with you.
42 slot is ridiculous. But man.
Nasty work.
Maybe we can use them in that manner. But look, it's crazy. Like I must admit though, I've been joking on Deuce all this time, man. And it's just funny. I'm sorry, the jokes write themselves. But listen, the jokes just write themselves, man. I hope Mr. Deacon don't see this. All right, listen.
She finna see it. You just talked her up now.
Don't do that. Listen, all I'm saying is, I must admit, it seems like everybody in Cowboy Nation has surely been naming Deuce, though, right? I heard Deuce name a lot this year. Like Dak mentioned Deuce. We made a lot of commotion about Dak mentioning Jalen Brooks, but he also mentioned Deuce. Then Mike McCarthy mentioned Deuce. Like a lot of people been mentioning Deuce. So listen, one thing we can say for sure, Deuce Vaughn will get his opportunities. What he will do with them, we'll have to see. I don't think we're gonna be in question if he can play or not. So we're gonna see.
Man, let me ask you a question, because I don't know if we ever touched on it. There was a graphic that showed possible breakout candidates for the 2024 season. And off the top of my head, I'm trying to remember who it was. It was like Rico Dow, Jalen Tolbert, guys like that. So my question to you, Landlord, like if you got the graphic, you put it up. If not, don't worry about it.
I got some graphics, but I forgot we was just in the groove of the show, and I just been rocking out. So I ain't even touched on the stuff we had planned. So hey, but go ahead, we can just jump into it.
Let's just jump into it. I ain't tripping about owning either, my boy. So out of all the guys, criteria being either first year or second year players, who do you think? Who is your breakout candidate?
Candidate.
You had to put money.
What side of the ball?
And either or. And the criteria is if you had to put money out your pocket on this player producing more than they did last year, who would it be?
That's a great question too. I feel like it's an easy one for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm very confident in a particular player, and that's Slam Williams. I think Slam finna go crazy. Like, believe it or not, I really do. Like, he got all the opportunity in the world. He got all the talent in the world. I think if he just keep his nose clean, keep his head down, listen to Zim, learn the defense, you know what I'm saying? I think he gonna go ballistic. Like, I see double digits. I would be shocked if he don't have double digit sacks. The man had all kind of sacks with just very limited snaps. Like, if you got time, let me see. I probably could pull up how many snaps this man had. Like I really feel like he's gonna go crazy with more opportunities.
But this is the thing. How many opportunities is Sam Williams really going to get?
I mean, he should get quite a few. We just got rid of Dorrance and Dante Fowler. You really don't have too many more defensive ends that should be ahead of him. Like you got Tank, you got and Micah might be mugging the A-gap these days.
Well, they alleged that Micah might play more linebacker, but I'll believe it when I see it. You know what I mean?
I think he gonna mug the A-gap more these days. That's just my opinion. We'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Like I know it's within Zimmer's scheme. I also heard Michael Parsons talking about he like it this way, I like it that way. So we're gonna see what the points of contention is with Michael.
Michael Parsons said, "Hey man, we doing it like this." So I don't know.
My way or the highway. But real talk though, man. Like I like Sam. I just want to know, man. Like if they don't change anything schematically, Sam Williams is still going to either be the third or the fourth pass rusher. So, like, realistically, even with a couple more snaps, is he going to get more than 5 sacks this year?
Yes. He had 4.5 last year, and I'm sure he had 4.5 on some. You know how that some people don't count has it. He got 4.5.
They round it up.
Yeah, sometimes they round it up. He had 24 quarterback pressures, 5 tackles for loss, 3 run stuffs, and 11 assisted tackles. So, he ain't had no whole bunch of snaps and reps, but I still feel like he'll go crazy. Look, even in his rookie year, he had 4 sacks. So having more than 5, I think that's easy work. That's light work for him.
That's all I'm trying to see, man. If you believe he'll get more than what he had last year, given the new defensive scheme and everything else, that's cool. Sure. You know what I'm saying? I just have my concerns about him already playing behind 2 other premier pass rushers. Then hell, basically Nealon is a Mike Zimmer guy. Mike Zimmer would have been the guy responsible for drafting him, right?
True.
So and he's a bigger defensive end, so I'm not saying that he deserves it, but they might push him over him because they do have agendas. So I just want to wait and see. I don't think the road to Sam Williams having a breakout season is as easy as somebody that has no pure competition.
Yeah, I mean, but I think that'll be just what I'm saying. Like Greg, he say John Stevens like if he catch 2 passes. You know what I'm saying? He did better than what he did last year. So I think that's a little too easy, but I think Sam is still a good candidate to break out. Like I almost expect double-digit sacks from Sam.
And I'll be happy as hell if he gets it too. I'm not doubting his talent. I'm just doubting, how they go about the things.
Yeah. So
I mean, because you felt that Sam should have played over DA, right?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, so you know how that goes.
I felt like Fowler should have played over him too.
Fowler did play over him.
Sometimes.
Well, I gotta go back and look at the snaps. I do think that DA had more snaps
probably
than anybody.
Ended up with more snaps. Yeah.
Let me look real quick, bro. You done piqued my interest. I feel like he did, but I'm just gonna look to double check to see the difference. So pass rushing snaps at 280, and then Dante Fowler. Let me go to his. Dante, hold on now. Type it in. Dante Fowler Jr. Hold on now, shit.
You remember Sam had posted that dog in the cage?
Said free me.
Sam said free me. Sam finna eat this year, man. Watch what I tell you. Sam finna eat this year.
Hold on.
Give me a second.
So 280. Go ahead. All right, and Dante Fowler, he had. All right, so DA had 280, and Dante Fowler had 202. So he outsnapped him on pass rush attempts by 78. So you are right. Dorrance Armstrong. Let me ask y'all a question. Just in the chat box. Do y'all feel like Dorrance Armstrong should have outsnapped Sam Williams and Dante Fowler? Do you believe that he should have got the nod over them? Because if we're being honest, it's not like any of them stopped the run. Dorrance Armstrong is not a great run defender. Fowler's not a great run defender, and neither is Sam Williams at this point in his career. So it's not like DA added anything in the run game for them boys. So knowing, I done knocked the whole damn mic over. So knowing what you know of DA being an effort pass rusher and the other guy being more naturally gifted at getting to the quarterback, would you have neither? That's the thing, Brian. Neither one of them were good at stopping the run. They all sucked at it. You know, I'm not going to sit here and compare else. They all graded out badly against the run. Dante,
everybody did.
Yeah, all them boys didn't play good against the run. So, you know, it's really just a good who was the better pass rusher in your opinion at this point?
And if we doing that, out of who? Out of Fowler,
Armstrong and Sam.
I say
they
Fowler
all struggled.
Slightly. I say Fowler slightly, then Sam, then Armstrong. Even though, like, we talking about pure pass rusher, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. You know, Dorrance got the sacks, but I think 1-on-1, mano y mano, I take Fowler and Sam over him, pass rusher.
Yeah, and like I said, like they were all so bad against the run. Like Dante was like a 62, Dorrance was like a 58. Let me see what they got Sam for. All right, so it's a marginal difference. Neither one of them were great run defenders. Yeah, Sam was a 62. So we really only had them on the field to rush the passer.
Yeah. Armstrong was a pretty solid player. You know what I'm saying? But you remember what I used to call him, you know what I'm saying? We can call him that without without feeling bad now. Dogecoin Dorrance, you know what I'm saying? His stock went way up, and then it started trickling on down. Hey, and I always give West Coast that credit, man. If we would have traded Dorrance Armstrong when he started off in the beginning of the season with 5-6 sacks, we would have been able to sell super high and got all the benefits off of that real quickly. We would have ate. But the Cowboys ain't smart like that. They don't know how to finesse. We don't never finesse anything, man. We get finessed. You know what I'm saying? We don't finesse people. We get finessed. That's a problem. But let's get into some of these graphics. I know it's a lot of different stuff, so we'll just talk about it. Trap topics of the day. Okay, let's see.
Back.
This is Mr. Trey Lance with a nice throw.
Back.
I'll admit, it's a nice throw right there. Great velocity coming out the ball. Hey, put it perfectly in the right spot.
Back. Now!
Looks good, though. Looks good. That was perfect. We can't even cap on that. We ain't gonna hate on that. You know what I'm saying? One more time for the road.
Back. Now!
That was a dot right there.
Back.
That was a dot.
Now!
Wait. Landlord.
I know it ain't no pass rush. I know. I understand.
That's all I was gonna say. I didn't want to. You just gotta put a disclaimer on there.
It's just a drill. Nothing to see, folks. Nothing here to see. But hey,
just put the disclaimer up there.
I'm just evaluating the velocity off the ball placement, the timing. You know what I'm saying? It was good. Now, when you put 5 300-pound grown men running 4 threes at him while he's trying to do this, you know what I'm saying? I can't vouch for you, so we'll have to see that work. But on the surface, that was a good throw. Micah Parsons spent a lot of time with first-year defensive assistant Greg Ellis during Cowboys minicamp. DC Mike Zimmer and Hall of Fame pass rusher DeMarcus Ware both consider Ellis the best they've ever experienced in terms of using their hands against offensive linemen per source or whatever, you know. But that's good for Michael. Michael already been working on his hand placement and, you know, being aggressive, his punches and stuff with his hands in the offseason for the last 2 years. And he was pretty surgical with it last year. What you think about Greg Ellis, man? The great Greg Ellis being able to take him up to another level with it.
We'll see. I hope that's the case. When you have somebody that themselves had the skill set, you hope that they're able to teach it at a high level so that the student can duplicate it. And we also know that Michael Parsons has already been putting in a lot of work with his hands. That's why he's been boxing and doing all the other things. So, at least that is a skill set he's been working on and he wants to get better at. So, hopefully, Greg Ellis could put a battery in his back, hype him up, amp him up to try and get that up to par. Not saying that it's bad for Michael right now, but you do want him to pick up that skill set and have another tool in his bag of tricks. So, and listen, man, shout out to Greg Ellis, man. I'm glad the Dallas Cowboys are hiring former players and former guys to come back in and be leaders in this locker room, because a lot of them guys weren't able to win championships while they were here as players. So maybe they can get some vindication helping us get to a championship as coaches.
Facts, man. And also, rekindle some of that old Cowboys, camaraderie and attitude and feel in the locker room, man. We need these boys to understand who they are. Like, hey, you represent a great thing right now. So you need to walk like it, talk like it, and actually, represent, bro. Like, this the Cowboys, man. This ain't the Browns. This ain't the goddamn Eagles or nothing like that. We are a prestige franchise that it is a privilege to play for this star. Now, I ain't talking about for the Joneses, but, if you a real football historian, this star represent a lot, man. So you should be walking and talking like you represent for real. So, hey, I feel like the old players, they represent different. Why you think Michael Irvin was like that? Look at the passion that Michael Irvin had. Look at the passion that Jimmy Johnson had. Them people they be making me want to go play football, bro. You can't tell me it's the same level. It ain't the same level of intensity that them boys represent compared to what we got now. So we need to bring some of that back in here, straight up.
No, Greg Ellis was one of the best pass rushers in Dallas Cowboys league history. He ended his career with 84 total sacks. Also, the closest that he came to competing for a championship was unfortunately the 2007 season, and we know how that ended. That's the year where we were the number one seed. Well, not the number one seed, but I think we might have been the number one seed in NFC that year. We had a first round bye, and we lost to the Giants. And Greg Ellis actually had his best season as a Dallas Cowboy. He had 12.5 sacks. Was a monster getting to the quarterback. Him and DeMarcus Ware was.
We already know what everybody's problem is with Greg Ellis, bro. Like, and it ain't even his fault. He ain't did nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got drafted over somebody.
Yeah, that was the mouse pick. The Cowboys could have had Randy Moss. So it's almost put like a dark cloud over what Greg Ellis did, and he was awesome. You know what I'm saying? He still was dope. But they just like, he ain't Moss. You know what I'm saying? It's just an unfortunate occurrence for him, man, because I really feel like he was a great player that kind of just got, thrown under the bus given the circumstances.
Yep. Ended up being a Pro Bowler, NFL Comeback Player of the Year. And, coming out of college, he was 3-time first-team All-ACC, was a consensus All-American, third-team All-American, got his jersey retired. Like, the man was a damn good football player, man.
Yes,
it just so happened that one of the best wide receivers of all time, was in the same draft as him, and the Dallas Cowboys, didn't pick him.
Facts. And he get the blame for it most of the time, man. But salute to Greg Ellis. He was a great Cowboy, man, in my opinion. But let's see where else we with it. Okay. They got a list per Thomas Valentine is the top guards in the NFL, top 10 guards. And, okay, you got two of your guys on there. But, hey, I ain't going to lie to you. Right now, I think Tyler the best in football. I ain't going to cap.
I agree. I
I
agree.
think Tyler is the best guard in football, bro. And I know that sounds crazy for like a third-year player? Sir, go watch the film and then holler back at me. It's so strange when you see him playing with a mediocre-ish line. Because, look, it stand out like a sore thumb. I want y'all to go back and look at some of this film, bro. I promise you I'm not exaggerating here. I'm not exaggerating. It was plenty times where, okay, say for instance, a pass pro rep. You know how the line make like a, you know what I'm saying, like a U or some stuff like that. When you block in the pocket, how the pocket is assembled. You will see Tyler Smith way above everybody. So that mean his man ain't getting no penetration at all. Then you'll see some other people back. You know what I'm saying? It looks crazy on tape, bro. Tyler Smith don't give up hardly any penetration to hardly anybody. And this is second-year player last year. Huh?
And anything. Also add in All-Pro.
All-Pro. Second-year All-Pro. And, man, that was a great find by us, man. That's why we have so much confidence in Tyler Guyton. I know those two things don't have nothing to do with each other, but you can understand, given our reputation for finding diamonds in the rough, I think Tyler ended up being the best O-lineman in that draft, didn't he?
I got to go back and look. I think so.
I believe Tyler ended up being the best O-lineman in that draft, if I'm not mistaken. Because a lot of the players that they was oohing and eyeing about, Tyler ended up being the All-Pro first, if I'm not mistaken. So, if my memory served me correct, I think he ended up being the better one. And
I think he has.
He had to be if I'm saying he one of the best in the league. You know what I'm saying? So
we're not, and those other guys aren't on this list either, are they?
Yeah, nah, we don't see them. So hey, we gotta get. Do that mean we gotta get? God damn it! Trap. Man, we actually gotta get the Dallas Cowboys some credit, man. We gotta get a front office a little credit here. Good grief, man. We do. We do. It happens sometimes.
We are America's team. The most watched, the most hated. Y'all don't like us, but y'all tune in every Sunday.
It happens every now and then, man. We got to give them a little props. That was a hell of a find. Because, look, a lot of people was upset with it. They was like, oh, we drafted Tyler Smith. It almost reminds you of what's going on with Tyler Guyton right now. A lot of people was like, I didn't see that coming. Where that come from? Who was that? You know what I'm saying? We don't see him. We shouldn't have. We overdrafted him. A lot of people said that. And then
the lunatic just hit somebody with a $2 super chat.
I think he hit you.
Oh, okay. Shout out to the lunatic with a $2 super, man. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just had seen it popped up. I didn't know if you had seen it. He said, who you want to have better number 24, offensive line or defensive line? Do I have to choose for real? With some of the, probably our offensive line will have to play better, and this is why. Because if your defense is bad, if teams can run your defense, keeping the opposing offense off the field will be important. So if we're able to run the football, not be a one-dimensional offense, maintain drives, then that pays dividends for us. And I remember us being able to control the clock led us to being the number 1 seed in 2016 in Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott's rookie career. And you have a quarterback who's an all-pro that if he goes down, I'm not really sure what your offense is going to be like. So protecting Dak Prescott, being able to establish the run, I think is really in a perfect world it would be both. So I need my defensive line to stop the run too and get the other quarterbacks. But if I had to pick one, I think my offense can do a better job of covering up deficiencies on my defense than the other way around, just because of the way the game is played.
So you chose O-line.
Yeah, just because you can still be a bad defense and be a great run defense. Like the Chicago Bears were like the best run defense in the league, and they wasn't shit.
I ain't gonna lie, I might have to go the other way. Because I seen Dak navigate with a bad line before. I seen him go crazy. You know what I'm saying?
I also seen him get hurt.
Hey, I seen him get hurt with a good line. Shit. You know
No,
what I'm saying? Tyler Smith was a rookie. That was a decent line.
But the game that they played, was it a good offensive line? Like, I mean, they became a good line. When they played, were they a good offensive line?
In 2020, the O-line wasn't the reason Dak got hurt. And I seen Dak play ridiculous. He was going ballistic with a bad O-line. That wasn't even a good O-line. That was a bad one.
That's beside the point. We were losing games.
I mean, that was because of the defense. That's
but we
why.
could not run the ball either. I'm saying if you were able to run, because listen, 2016, your defense wasn't good either.
Nah,
your defense sucked.
Zeke had a fumbling problem that year. That's what
I'm
was.
I'm talking about back in 2016 when you made the 1 seed. Your defense still sucked. The reason that you didn't think your defense sucked because you never seen them niggas play.
Because your run game kept them out the field. But I'm talking about from my standpoint in 2020, I seen Dak be great with a bad O-line. The only reason we was losing because our defense was terrible. And Zeke had a bad fumbling problem that year. So I look at it and say, hey, I feel confident in Dak navigating with a okay O-line. I do. Compared to us getting our head bashed in and ran all over our game. If you can't stop the run, your ass won't be on the field anyway. So I don't care what you talk about with the offense. If you can't, hold on. I let you do your take. Let me do mine. If I can't stop the run, you won't see our offense at all here. You're going to get smoked. About time you get on the field, you're going to be out of rhythm. You're going to be out the game. We've seen that. So give me the defensive line, real talk. Because I feel like if I can stop the run, I got confidence in my offense putting some points up. We ain't never been able to stop the run ever. And that's why we be getting sent home. When we talk about the playoffs, we get sent home because of not being able to stop the run. Not because of the offense, most of the times. We can't stop the run. We lose big games because we can't stop the run. So give me a defensive line.
And the pull back around on this. That's what I want us to do with our offensive line, which is pretty much the point why I chose them. If my offensive line is not good, my defense cannot cover up for me. So we up here acting like it's just set in stone that Dak Prescott is going to play good with a bad offensive line, with a one-dimensional offense. When we get into you may want to be talking about boss fights. When you get to a boss fight, you need to be able to run the football, right? Sure. Have we been able to run the football in the postseason in these games that we losing to keep Dak Prescott fresh, to give him something to lean on, something to hang his hat on, to support him, and to also keep that other offense off the field that want to run the ball down our throats?
Both of them been our problems here.
But that's the point. But I can mitigate, because I've seen it already when we made the 1 seed. I can mitigate a bad shitty defense with the run with my own run game.
Overpowered run game.
Yeah, with my overpowered run game than I can with them.
If you can't stop the run, how you gonna get on the field?
Fam.
You see what I'm saying?
It's a double-edged sword. Yeah. It really comes down to how the game is played out. If you get the ball first and you're able to establish the run out the gate, then it's gonna go work in your favor. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you're gonna be able to control time of possession, score first, play with a lead, so on and so forth. So I get what you're saying, but it's really a lose-lose.
It's really you. Now I'm over here just thinking like, oh no, bro, because I've seen.
Because we can literally talk in circles around this shit.
Because they both of them right. Like, we had both problems, so it's like, but that's sad though, right? That's the bigger problem. We had both problems at the same time. You right? We couldn't stop the run and we couldn't run. So it's like we was able to pass, bro. But we couldn't stop the run or we couldn't run. But how the hell we gonna win a Super Bowl like that, y'all? Somebody help me out. We can't stop the run or we can't run.
I mean, literally right now, we don't know we can do either. We really don't know we can run the ball. We really don't know we can stop the run. And listen, I don't want to have to choose between either one. Like, a Super Bowl winning team can do both. I want y'all to know that the team that's going to win a Super Bowl and compete and be a legitimate threat can stop the run and run the football. If we sitting here trying to decide which one we can do, then we're not that. We're not them guys, man.
Speaking of a Super Bowl team, tell me what KC was able to do last year.
Oh, they were able to run the football, and in the playoffs they were able to stop the run.
They stopped the run in the playoffs. Chris Jones was not having it. He said no.
Yeah.
And them boys stopped the run, and they won games.
Mm-hmm. You know, I had to throw that caveat out because, you know,
they went and this is the thing about season.
Yeah, like, and this is the thing. This is why coaching is important. Not just with the personnel, but coaching is also important. On paper, they were a worse run defense than us during the regular season, but they held they nuts all postseason.
Yeah,
all postseason.
They said we gotta quit playing, y'all.
And listen, Miami didn't want to run the ball any damn way. When they played them, they didn't want to run the ball anyway. They shut down everything that the Buffalo Bills tried to do, and then they shut down Baltimore as well. So
hold on here, I got another wrench to throw in that discussion. Shout out to Greg Davis. Your running backs ain't that good here. so you,
that's why I need the offensive line.
Why won't you just pick the defense then? Because, like, how much running is you gonna do? Like, you still might not just be wonderful at running the ball, bro. You might not be. Like, I hope we are. I ain't saying Zeke is terrible or bad, but, like, realistically, how great are we gonna be at the run?
I mean, how great are we gonna be stopping the run? Because we know they suck too. Like, you up here counting on Mozzie Smith.
In the video, Mozzie was getting his ass tossed around, bro. Yikes.
Mozzie Smith got one arm right now. So we got a one-arm Mozzie Smith. Also hard, but he ain't going to stop the run. And then y'all got a 7th-round pick out of Auburn. You said you gotta go and wash the Auburn off that man before he can play for us.
Shout out to the Lunatic, man. You started a good discussion, Lunatic. Real talk, because that's a hard question for anybody to answer, though, really.
It shouldn't be either or. That's the issue.
You need both, man. It's a push-pull type situation. But he says with the $2 super, I need run defense. What Zim's rank in pass run DC4L? He said, what does Zim rank ACM when you get a chance?
Let me see. I can find some of his defenses.
Yeah. I think I'm riding with the defense though, cause like it just, we shouldn't have to pick, but like I just want y'all to understand before people just go to say Dak Prescott is the reason we're not winning. Dak is the reason we're not winning. Don't forget, ask yourself right immediately after that. Ask yourself, could you stop the run? Immediately after that, ask yourself, could you run? Did Dak have a run game to lean on? Ask yourself these questions, and then you might, it's a chance, small fraction of a chance that you might be like, well, maybe it ain't all Dak's fault. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you might say that. I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not. We'll have to see.
So in 2017, that was the best the Vikings did postseason wise. They made it to the NFC Championship game. They had the second best run defense in the National Football League. They only allowed 1,337 yards in a 16-game season. They gave up 10 rushing touchdowns and only allowed 3.7 yards a game. So to answer your question, the year where Minnesota was a legitimate threat, they made it to the NFC Championship game. Even with bad quarterback play, they were the number 2 run defense in the league.
If you can stop that run, man, you can go far. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Stopping the run and running the football. If we break football down till its simplest form, them might be the most important things. Like, think about it. You was running the ball before you was even doing the forward pass. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ran the ball. That was football. Running the ball was football. So never forget that, man. And it's still one of the most dangerous tools that you can have as a team. Like, no lie, if you can run the ball, you can control the clock, and you can make them boys feel like they getting destroyed, demoralize them, have them tapping out. They will be sick. Like, that is the most discouraging thing you can do to a team. Run the ball over them. Hey, if you're a Cowboy fan, you know that. You know how it feels, don't you? Cause that's the worst thing ever. The worst thing ever. You got all this potential on your team. Dak can throw it all over the park. Your wide receivers are dope. This and that. And then a team come in here and just black your eye and just run the ball all day.
Man, CJ, I got PTSD from CJ Anderson. That man was built like somebody's stepdaddy, and he went out there mug and ran all over us.
Hey,
that man was throwing that thing.
Sad. It's sad, man. He built like Luka out there. And just, man, Luka don't look athletic at all, bro. I don't know how he do all that stuff, man. But Luka got
the Paul. I was gonna say he got the Paul Pierce build, man.
Bro, Luka is magical, bro. Straight up. Shout out to Kush on Anna, man, with the $5 super. I appreciate you, sir. He says, Landlord, my dog, my motherfucking dog. Hey, man, I appreciate you, man. You already know, man. We tapped in for the win. Shout out to you, man. And shout out to my guy Flip from Texas with the $4.99 right behind. He says, stop the run. He says, stop the run and run the ball. Good thing we didn't draft the wide receiver round 1. See, you want to just shoot them shots. Hey, you landed that one. You landed that.
Trap. He came after me.
Yeah, he came after me with a super. Hey, I ain't mad at you. Landed that one, bro. Sometimes, hey, you got to bow out grace. You got me with that one. But don't be coming up here talking crazy when them boys getting locked up. When you see all your receivers in seatbelts, don't say nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. But look, you can say that, but are you going to trust your team to do that? Because I know my coach. That's another aspect to this argument. I know my coach. Mike McCarthy's not finna just be running the ball, bro, with a quarterback like Dak. He's not. He trusts Dak. He believe in Dak. He going to be like, bro, throw the ball. Look, this is what I want you to look at, pay attention to. And look, to be honest, it ain't many OCs that really even play like that. Like, if they ain't cooking in the run game early, bro, the real OCs that got a bag, they be like, bro, screw that run game. We gone. Most of them be like, it's over with, bro.
Trap.
Hey, most of them be like, bro, I'm done with this. Cause you at one point you start wasting plays. You like, bro, I can't keep getting 1 yard of carry, sir. You know what I'm saying? I know I could get more than that with a pass play. Like, after a while, that's what lets you know. Like, this is the best way I could put it, y'all. This right here. The way to know if you got a running OC that's really, really trying to run the ball, look at him in games where it's not successful. If the run game not successful early too, shit. Most OCs finna throw the ball, bro. Now, you got some teams, and I'm going to be honest, I could be wrong. Some of my great Cowboy people in the space, man, somebody let me know how y'all feel about this take. I really want to know, because I ain't too sure. But in my opinion, it feel like the OCs who just sternly stick to the run regardless of they getting production or not, it seems like those be the teams that be limited though. Like, do those things go hand in hand here? Do you see teams that's like sternly gonna run the ball tooth and nail, like they will not stir away from running the ball, but they got a good quarterback or a great quarterback? Is that, I don't think that go together. No lie. I just don't
There's
think
two
it go
teams.
together.
I don't, and this the thing. I don't know if they're the exception to the rule or not, but the Lions and the 49ers are two teams that run the ball even when it doesn't work.
So no, that's one part of it. Cause we know them, they are pretty much like custom made people. You know, Shanahan is a custom made, like he's known for magnificent run schemes and stuff, right?
Yeah.
But what else he's known for?
Play action.
Not
Play
that,
action
but
stuff.
he's known for not having a great quarterback either. He got a good one now, but they usually don't have a great quarterback.
You talk about teams that got great quarterbacks.
That's what my take was. I don't feel like teams that got either great quarterback play, I don't think it's in their characteristic to stick with the run tooth and nail. I just don't think so. I think they the ones that be easier to be like, man, look, you don't throw that ball, bro. Like, you got Dak Prescott right here. You got, I think Shanahan did it in the playoffs. You remember he started letting Brock throw that thing, and that's what messed him up at the end. You remember that he had an incompletion where I think it was like a risky call, and he put it on Brock Purdy. So, like, I think with good quarterback play, it's going to lead you typically to be like, man, look, I'm not finna sit up here and keep running the ball and gaining 2 yards a run. Like, I don't know. Let me know.
I also don't know too many teams that really have, like, both a dominant run game and that quarterback.
True.
So,
that might be the problem.
I don't know. That might be the issue right there because, also, the Lunatic had hit you with a $2 super, bro.
Oh, salute to the Lunatic, man. Salute to the Lunatic with the $2 super. He says, how many tight ends you think Big Mike carries and who? Oh, that's easy work. That's easy work. He going to have 4. He's carrying 4, right? Because he carried 4 last year. He might have somebody on the practice squad, though. But I'll say active roster, he carrying 4. And it's going to be.
I was going to say Jake, because let's throw that out there. That's the more guaranteed
Jake,
answer.
Of course, Jake. Schoonmaker, you got too much draft capital into him. John Steven
Jr.
and Brevin Ford. Yeah. Them the 4 right there. And Hendershot is gonna be, he gonna get that knock at the door. No lie.
Suppose they got it last year.
Hendershot is in trouble. Hendershot is in trouble because the thing about Hendershot, he got one skill set. And it's being a pass catcher. These other tight ends got all of them. You know what I'm saying? He got route running, you know what I'm saying, blocking. And if that's your one skill set, we got somebody with a skill set that's probably better than you. You see
9
what I'm saying?
9 times out of 10, I take the other guys.
John Steven Jr. might be better than him at that skill set. At that one skill set that he got, John Steven Jr. might be better than him at that. John Steven Jr. ex-wide receiver, sir.
I was just going to say that.
You see what I'm saying? And he still moved like one. This dude still moved like one at his size. So think about that. If you only give me one thing of value and I got another dude doing it, what you think I'm going to do? And he's cheaper and you know what I'm saying, with more ceiling, a higher upside. You got to go. Peyton Hendershot, I would be outside of injury. I'll say that. Outside of injury, Peyton Hendershot will not make this team. I don't see no way. I don't see no way he makes this team outside of another unfortunate injury to one of these guys. What you think?
Yeah.
Then they paid Brevin Ford like the most for the UDFAs. He got the most money out of all the UDFAs.
Last time I checked, when they paid UDFAs, they make the team. You know, you ask the fullback. They gave him like $200K, and that was a lot of money for UDFA, and he definitely made the team. You know, so yeah. But listen, Peyton Hendershot was not supposed to have made the team last year. Like, had John Steven Jr. not gotten hurt, it was already rumblings that Peyton Hendershot was not going to make the team for the way that things were playing out.
It wasn't no rumblings. Your owner said it. He told everybody with his big mouth.
I be trying not to throw Jerry under the bus, man, because you know that might be considered snitching.
I think it might have been Steven this time though. I think it might have been Steven.
Somebody said some shit they didn't need to say.
Well, yeah, like you giving away too much, sir. Yeah, like he just said it. Like he just said it. John Steven Jr. was gonna make this team too, and I bet. Hey, just imagine if Hendershot was over there doing some other shit. He like, then he hear that shit. Like, look,
well,
he
break
over
his
here
neck looking
distracted.
like, what the hell he talking
He
about?
over here distracted. He chilling and shit. Then John Steven Jr. was gonna make this team. Like, what? Like, what about
over me?
Like, well, what I do? Like, nah, bro. You was finna be at the house. He over there minding his business, and then he heard Steven say that. That's funny.
Man, it be like that though, man. And listen, we already know that Mike McCarthy has a particular type that he likes in tight ends. Like he has a specific build that he really cherishes in tight end. Now Jake Ferguson, isn't really the prototypical kind of guy, but he has the production, so he's rocking with him. But John Stevens Jr. and Ford, man, they're like the Timu version of the boy that he
Michael
had with
Finley.
the Green Bay Packers. Yeah, Michael Finley. Yeah, he like the Timu version of Michael Finley. So they were gonna make the team. Like they are a guy that he cheers. And even hold on, shout out to the Lunatic for the $2 super chat, man. He said, "What plan B if Trayvon Diggs not 100% week 1?" It's gonna have to be either Eric Scott or Carson, because really you didn't bring back Stephon Gilmore. Those are the two guys best suited to play.
I'm gonna be watching them dudes so close, bro.
You got no choice.
I'm talking about Kalen Carson and Eric Scott. Who else?
Those are two outside corners.
Them the guys I got my eye on in camp. I'm looking at them. I'm gonna have a full report on them dudes, cause I gotta know. Like, I want them. Like, do y'all think that's why I said? Is it a world where they just make J. Lou sit down? Can somebody just make J. Lou sit down? I think they signed J. Lou for security. What you think, Hen? Like, I really do. I think they signed him for security. Like, okay, we believe in the young guys, but just in case.
Who is going to play slot? Because we talk about two outside corners. We'll talk about Kalen Carson, who played primarily all his snaps on the outside. We're talking about Eric Scott, who played primarily all his snaps on the outside, and they didn't even like Izzy enough to play him last year after he was dominant in the playoffs. So Israel Mukuamu is seen to be in the doghouse with some folks. So he's the only other slot. So like, who is going to play over Jordan Lewis? Matter of fact, if Jordan Lewis gets hurt, which I pray doesn't happen, who the hell fills in for him?
They might slide Bland back in the inside.
Then you're down two outside corners. Because we started off with Trayvon Diggs not being available. Remember, that's how this conversation started. Yeah. So who the hell are your outside corners if both DeRon Bland and Trayvon Diggs can't be on the field? You're gonna go. You gotta have to put Eric Scott and Carson out there, motherfucker. And I'm scared then.
I'm scared now thinking about this.
I'm scared now.
I'm scared now thinking about this. Cause Nahshon Wright won't be on this team.
No.
It's crazy just you could just say that with confidence. I don't see no way possible. And I look, outside of him just wowing everybody in camp, like he gotta be like him Jones. He gotta be him Duncan.
It's me, I'm him, I'm not them. I'm him Jones, I'm him Duncan.
He gotta be him Duncan in camp and like just blow these other young dudes out the way. Like just blow them out the water. It gotta be by a landslide, bro. So I just don't see that happening. They got too much invested in them dudes. Well, it's especially Kalen Carson. They got too much invested in him with the new defensive coordinator. So, and this man, he about 3 defensive coordinators ago?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, Nolan ain't draft him, did it? It was
I don't think so. I think it was Quinn.
It was
Quinn. Yeah, because we thought he overreached for him.
We was right. We was right about that one, boy. Everybody said we overreached for him, and it was right. We can't even deny that.
Yeah, Izzy would have to be the slot man. Izzy, or they would have to let Wanye try to play slot or something. I don't know, dog. It's confusing.
It's weird, bro. Like this layover, this Dan Quinn layover, bro. Like that, it is weirder than I think that's one of the biggest things that I don't hear enough people talking about. We got a lot of them layover players. Like, what are we gonna do with these people, bro? Like, if we can't manage to get a trade from Dan Quinn, I don't know what we doing here. Like, I just don't know what to do. And listen, you might have to trade one of your favorite ones, man. It is what it is. Because
like who?
You got an embarrassment of riches, and you need other players at positions. You know what I'm saying?
I'm talking about trade favor who?
Like you might have to trade somebody like Marquise Bell or either Wanye Thomas or somebody. You might have to.
So my question is for a safety, which is one of the cheapest positions out there. Why would anybody trade when Justice Simmons is still on the market? Like there's still a bunch of listen, we're not looking at safety, so we haven't really thought about it. Safety is super deep on the free agency market right now.
Don't tell them. I don't know. This is hypothetical.
They know that.
This is hypothetical. I don't know. Hey,
shut up. Hold on real quick, man. Shout out to the Lunatic for the $2 super. He said support HTM and Landlord, in-depth Cowboys coverage, DC4L. You a real one, man. I appreciate it.
Man, we appreciate you and everything you do for the nation, the Lunatic. Salute to you, man. But we need to make a show and just go into depth about the leftover Dan Quinn players. Leftovers. Like that's what it might have to be. J-Ron Curse, we had so many safeties to the point where J-Ron Curse gonna have to leave and nobody even batting an eye. Ain't nobody said nothing about J-Ron leaving. Everybody's excited about seeing Ranye get snaps, but he don't even got a place to get snaps from. He's so good though that he probably gonna get him some safety reps and some DB reps. Like Ranye, like he gonna be hustling. He gonna be going room to room. I think he is. Like no lie. And he like that. I believe he can play either one. But guess who else like that?
Who?
Izzy. You see what I'm saying? You still got two players like that. You got two players. Those two players are the same player. This is why we got leftovers.
Can I read you off all these available safeties out there? Jamal Adams, Quandre Diggs, Micah Hyde, who just was starting for the Bills last year, Kareem Jackson, Keanu Neal is still in the league somehow, Tracy Walker, our boy J-Ron Curse, Jonathan Ford, who last played, he was part of the team that beat our ass. He was part of the Packers. There's a bunch of decent safeties. Tracy Walker is a pretty decent safety as well. There's a bunch of safety still on the active market, Landlord. So why would they trade for us?
Because we being nefarious. We being nefarious and a hypothetical. I don't know. But look, Dan Quinn might not just want a safety. He might want one of his guys, though. We can hope that. You see what I'm saying? These are guys that Simmons. He wanted.
I'm sorry. I was going to say Justice Simmons. I don't know how I skipped over him. Multi-time Pro Bowl safety is on the market right now. Only 30 years old.
They don't give a damn about no safeties, boy.
Don't give a fuck.
Trap.
It's safe to say they don't give a damn about no safety, boy. Good grief.
Bro, do you know this man was an all-pro last year?
That's just like Bobby Wagner. They don't care about no linebackers or no safeties or running backs. So listen, it's gonna be a shortage on them positions. Hey, it's almost to the point where you tell your people don't grow up to be a linebacker, don't grow up to be a running back or a safety.
Don't grow up to be a safety.
They just doing them bad, bro. They devaluing the positions, and then now you might get to a point where it's such a shortage that you gotta value them now. You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. And then think about that. Those are some of the most athletic positions in football too. They really are. Low key. A safety can do almost everything. A running back is ridiculous. He's a skill position and still can't get paid.
Who the hell is Jeffrey Simmons? Because Justin Simmons is still available.
Jeffrey Simmons is
who the hell is Jeffrey?
The T-Move version.
That's the T-Move version. Who the hell is Jeffrey? Hey, that reminded me, you were telling me about Bel Air. You said Jeffrey was the shooter. It tickled me, man.
Salute to my brother Keystone in the building. What's happening, man? He said they don't want to win. I hope that ain't true, Keystone. I hope that ain't true. But look.
Oh, Jeffrey, a defensive tackle. That's why he threw him out there. Okay.
If I'm judging out for what? The way they behave? You know what I'm saying? What can I say? I can't argue with nobody if they feel that way. If I'm looking at the behavior, what they say, actions speak louder than words. What our actions been? What our actions been, Hen?
Man, our actions said we don't give a damn about anything.
You know what I'm saying? Look, hey, if you break out one of them old idioms, boy, we looking bad. Actions speak louder than words, boy. And we ain't did nothing. So, hey, I don't know. We just got to have blind faith, I guess. But look, the Cowboys risky. They do certain risk every year, though. They do. Just like last year, what was our risk? Jake Ferguson was a risk. He was.
Yeah, he was.
Starting out tight end year one, like he never did it before. New role. That was risky. Starting Tony Pollard at running back without Zeke, and then you got Rico Dow at running back 2. That was risky. That risk failed. In my opinion. But like, to be fair to Tony, he was coming off of ACL. If Tony Pollard goes ballistic in Tennessee, I'm gonna be sick. Because, man, fucking Kellen Moore.
Hold on.
Gosh darn it, Kellen Moore wasted at least 2 of his years with us. What's wrong?
Because my boy JVB boy will talk about trading for Jeffrey Simmons, who is a very good defensive tackle, if my memory serves correctly. But he just signed a $96 million extension.
Wow.
And his cap hit this year is $21.6 million. So I know a team as cheap as the Dallas Cowboys who doesn't even want to pay probably the best wide receiver in the National Football League, his market value, is not going to pay $21 million to a defensive tackle in 2024. He's then owed $22.8 in 2025 and $25.4 in 2026.
We could just simply say this.
Dollar bill! Shut down! Pay no country boy nothing! Nothing!
You know good and gosh darn well Steve and them ain't finna pay that man that kind of money.
Trap.
It's sad, man. It's sad. We can't have nice things for real. The only
They didn't wanna
nice
sign
things we have,
Hankins.
the only nice things we have is stuff that we brought. We went and found. Think about that. Who is our nice, shiny free agent? I guess Brandon Cooks.
Eric Hendricks, maybe.
No. Don't qualify.
He doesn't qualify.
No. He's an old man. I think he's going to be decent. But what I'm saying is, they didn't have to invest much to get these people, bro. They paid Brandon Cooks what they owed him and gave them folks a 5th round pick. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What our moves at? Like, if this don't work, we gonna be sick. That's a real risk it all. Go for the gusto, bro. That will let you know that we really trying. Think about it though. That will let you know we really trying. If we got a pick, bro, if we got a trade that we went through and we like, bro, Lord, please, if this don't work, we're gonna be screwed. When the last time we had that?
We haven't. Maybe a Amari Cooper trade. That's about it.
Bro, that 1 first round pick, no. When you got people like CMC, man, the deal they got for CMC, look at what Miami did for Tyreek Hill. Them the deals I'm talking about. But them boy would have been football. I almost said a buzzword, but it would have been football failure.
What's
okay?
the buzzword?
Why would I say it, fool?
Nigga, Texas. We on this whole ride tap, but
start with
a what?
A S.
A X. A F.
S, mother. S.
A S.
It would have been football self-danger.
Oh.
It would have been
word.
something like that, you know?
Oh.
But we don't have we have no deals that keep us up at night. That's a problem. We should be over here like, Lord, please, like, man, I hope this boy ball. Like, Roy Williams might have been the last one and we got burned. That's probably what they looking at.
Jerry Jones holds on to everything, so you might be right. He might
Roy
wake up in
Williams
the middle
might
of the
have
night
been
and think
the
about
last
this
one,
shit.
What we gave
He
up
might
for
he might
T.O.?
really be thinking about Roy
we gave
Williams
up
in
for T.O.?
2024.
T.O. worked out, though. What we gave up for T.O.? We just signed T.O., didn't it? Yeah, we ain't have to trade for T.O. We just signed T.O. So, yeah. I think T.O. was just a free agent. So we ain't have to give up no assets to get T.O. But man, we self-harm. Football self-harm, Bruce. Yeah, that's better. You know what I'm saying? But listen, somebody help me out. Name that move. Name that move that'll have Jerry in shambles if it don't work. Well, not Jerry, because they so cheap now. Name a move of that equivalent to the Tyreek Hill deal, to the CMC deal, to the point where you pretty much jeopardizing your football team if it don't work. Like, for real, you're in danger. It's crazy,
Man.
bro. It's no move. We don't have those type. We don't make those type of moves.
Not in the slightest.
That's for the big dogs. We at the kiddie table, man. You see what I'm saying? They playing poker up there. We got to sit back. We got to, hey. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know when they start pulling out the big money, we be like, hey, that's too rich for my blood. Dollar Bill say that out the gate.
Dollar Bill!
like, where the cheapest table at? When he walk up to the poker table, be like, well, where the cheapest table at? Like, you know what I'm saying? You got 2 for $1 chips over there. Like, no, we ain't got no. Get your ass back down there to the penny machine, fool.
That's sad shit.
Yeah, man, that's just how we operate, man. That's how we operate. But I think it's about time for me to slide on up out of here, man. I gotta go make sure I get me something to eat. I got things to do right now. But hey, man, we can really continue this tomorrow, though. We really could.
Yeah, we'll get something in sometime tomorrow, man. Matter of fact, about 6:30.
Facts. Yeah, 6:30, man. So y'all make sure y'all spin back for the win. Make sure y'all tap in. I appreciate all the love and support. Make sure y'all support Landlord Sports. And HTM, man, I appreciate you coming through, sliding through to the trap, sir.
Trap.
Nice having you, man. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
Pay
it's
your tab
always a
on the way
pleasure,
out.
man.
Pay your tab on the way out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, indeed, man. But salute to everybody over on this end too, man. Thank y'all for rocking with us, showing love. On the way out, man, hit that like, share, and slap the shit out of Eagles fan, man. And hey, Landlord is still trying to make it out there to Oxnard, man. It's next month. So make sure y'all send that man some cash apps and some super chats to help fund the trip so he can bring y'all some exclusive content.
Facts. And tell them about your raffle you got going on too.
Oh yeah. Hey, we also got a jersey raffle. Everybody that sends $5, we get a raffle entry. We're gonna run it all the way until July the 1st. So if you want an opportunity to win a Dallas Cowboy jersey, hit the Cash App, it's $Henny the more, or hit the super chats or the super stickers, man.
Preach. But what do West Coast say on the end of his shows, man? You know so well.
So well, my brother be saying never look down because the star is up. Peace.
Salute, man. Y'all make sure y'all tap in.